Yo. What's the deal? What's the deal? It's your boy, Who is Hendo, and we back talking sports. I want to give a shout out to all my subscribers once again. Also want to do my normal disclaimer that I've started doing. Sorry about the smoke detector, but um, Mamba Day was yesterday, you know what I'm saying? We got a great it was a great day yesterday. I did a lot of Kobe Bryant content for you guys who Kobe Bryant fans, just like me. And I started thinking about Kobe Bryant and you know what I'm saying, my argument that I've always made for him for the GOAT case. You know what I'm saying? And one of the YouTube channels that is fucking hilarious, bro. And one of my favorite YouTube channels, new YouTube channels coming up, is my boy Scap Attack, bro. Man, he has some go follow him for sure, bro. He has so many funny, just not only just funny, but very informative. He know his shit. And I wanted to do this video in two parts because it's you know what I'm saying, a little lengthy. And remembering the legend of Kobe Bryant, the definitive GOAT case. And this is the best GOAT case I've heard, period, on YouTube. And his case is exactly what my case is for Kobe Bryant as the GOAT. So let's get it popping, man. This is gonna be a 2-part video. Let's get it.
Microcosm for life as a whole, and the iconic legends that have been celebrated from the dawn of time throughout sports history are not simply athletes, but in many instances, they are heroes. No, we're not fighting battles for freedom or for our ability to exist. It's not a matter of life and death, but in many ways, sports are far to the obstacles they overcame. It was how they made us feel. Some of the all-time greats' resumes speak for themselves. In some cases, the numbers alone can paint your picture. And in other cases, players will be defined by those hollow numbers alone. But in some instances, you have to look deeper into the context of their stories to reveal who and what they really were. And Kobe Bryant is generally regarded as one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. But it has become apparent as time goes on that his legend is depreciated more and more.
That's facts. As time goes on, his legend is depreciated more and more. And what he just said, don't just go past that. When it comes to the numbers and it comes to everything, sometimes numbers do tell the whole thing, and sometimes numbers do not tell the whole thing. So it's very important to put context. Like Kobe Bryant is the number one player, I believe. It is the most. You cannot tell the story of his career without putting context around it, or his stats without putting context around it.
More. However, when you evaluate the context of his career, the era in which he played, the competition he faced, and his achievements in that light, it becomes clearer and clearer that Kobe Bryant is not merely one of the greatest basketball players to ever live. He is arguably the greatest. At the very least, he has a prominent seat at the altar of that conversation. And many believe that Kobe Bryant sailed under a lucky star on draft night in 1996 when the Charlotte Hornets selected Kobe with the 13th pick in the NBA draft.
The Charlotte Hornets select Kobe Bryant,
only to trade him to the Lakers for the rights of Vlade Divac. But Bryant...
Thank you, Jerry West, for that, bro. Jerry West was the first person to believe in Kobe, man. Shout out to Jerry West, the logo.
Bryant was brought into an untenable situation in LA, a team that already had 2 all-star guards in Nick Van Exel and Eddie Jones. Thus, Kobe was forced to sit, barely playing his first 2 years.
And people don't like to mention that, though. People don't like to mention he played. He about to tell you, he about to break it all the way down, but people don't like to mention that He didn't even start his first 2 years. Imagine if Kobe started his first 2 years, what his numbers would look like, bro.
As he started in only 8 of his first 150 career games, and the prolific run of his own inept franchise,
What an idiot!
sabotaging his career, began at an early stage and age of his time in the NBA. And overall, in his first 2 seasons, Bryant got to shoot only 9 times a game. Compare this to other all-time great scorers, such as Michael Jordan, who attempted 20 shots a game in his rookie season, as did Allen Iverson in his first year in the NBA. Kevin Durant, meanwhile, shot it 17 times a game, and LeBron James attempted 19 field goals a game.
19 field goals a game to make 20 points, bro. That shows you that he could not shoot the ball, bro. All these players, Jordan, 22 shots, all these players, all these shots, and look what Kobe did with the short amount of shots that he had.
As a rookie in order to average just under 21 points per game. Kobe, meanwhile, only got to attempt 18 or more field goals in 9 of his first 150.
He shot 6 shots a game, bro.
Career games. In those 9 games, he averaged 19.4 shot attempts and averaged 24 points per game on.
Look at that, bro. Field goals attempted in the first 2 years. In his first 2 years, he had the same shots combined attempted as LeBron, Iverson, and still 3 less than Jordan. And this was for his career in shots a game. And he averaged these shots in his first 2 years. And he averaged 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists, and 48% shooting in the first 2 years. So just imagine what he could have did if they started him over Eddie Jones, bro. But in all, I think it ended up helping Kobe because he ended up getting better and better and better. And he worked hard. He worked harder to get that spot.
Nearly 49% from the field as a teenager. Just because Kobe didn't play right away and start scoring immediately didn't mean he couldn't. It meant his clueless coaching staff at the time and his criminally negligent organization were squandering his talents from an early age.
Oh, what a...
Dale Carter, if y'all don't know who that is, that was the coach before Phil Jackson. When Kobe would make a highlight play or would do anything spectacular on the court, he would take him out. He didn't want to start Kobe. Phil Jackson at first. We don't want 18 and 19-year-olds, want to have to have them kids on the team and look after them. This, you got to remember, this was in the 90s. They ain't think no high school kid could take over no franchise and nothing like that. KG had just did it the year before and really brought everybody into it. You know what I'm saying? So it was different. So LeBron James had, a good amount of people, a good blueprint behind him, for what he wanted to do. Darius Miles, people like that and stuff.
The loser!
Once Kobe stepped into the starting lineup as a 20-year-old, he started averaging 20 points per game. 1 year later, by the age of 21, Kobe was second-team All-NBA and first-team All-NBA defense. Bryant would win the
youngest ever,
of his 5 championships that season alongside Shaquille O'Neal. The two of them would go on to make it to 4 NBA Finals over those 5 seasons and win 3 of them consecutively, a feat that has still only been accomplished by one other team in modern NBA history, the Michael Jordan Bulls, who did it twice. Over that 5-year span, Bryant would be named All-NBA and All-NBA defense in all 5 seasons. Additionally, Bryant would lead the Lakers in fourth quarter scoring during 4 of those 5 playoff runs.
Kobe from 96 to 04 was really just so phenomenal above the basket, bro. He had skill, don't get me wrong, but his athleticism was just so out of this world, bro.
And in 2 of their 3 rings together, in 2000 and 2001, Bryant didn't just lead his team in fourth quarter scoring. He led the entire league. Despite these facts, there remain various pathetic implications that Kobe was carried to these finals. But in the regular season and playoffs from 1999 through 2004, Kobe Bryant averaged just 1 point fewer than Shaq during this time, while Kobe also led the Lakers in assists per game. And factoring in Kobe's points
And steals too.
assisted as well as scored, he accounted for a larger percentage of the Lakers' total offense than Shaq, as Kobe scored or assisted on 2,785 of the Lakers' 8,217 points during LA's 4 finals run.
Now what do you know? He he assisted for 2% more of the points than Shaq. So he was like 300 behind him in points, but he doubled him 400 in assists because he was the point guard, of course. You know what I'm saying? So he you know what I'm saying, accounted for just 2% more points than Shaq, but yet he was carried though, right? Does that make sense to y'all?
Runs good for 34%, while Shaq accounted for only 32%. For some additional context, Steph Curry in 4 finals runs, resulting in 3 titles over the 2016 to 2022 NBA seasons, scored or assisted on 2,982 of his team's 9,319 total points, or roughly 32% of his team's total offense. And Kobe was only aged 21 to 20% of his team's total offense. And Kobe was only, or roughly 32% of his team's.
So see, he was only, but Steph is crazy. This lets you know that Steph can run the offense. These are two of my favorite players of all time, bro. You know what I'm saying? Two of my favorite players of all time. But this was a 21-year-old Kobe. This is prime Steph, bro.
Total offense. And Kobe was only aged 21 to 25 during this run, one of the best runs in NBA history. But Kobe, knowing he could be even better than just one of the best, decided it was time to go it alone without Shaquille O'Neal. And the inept Lakers franchise decided to sabotage Kobe's career some more.
Yep.
What an idiot!
Ultimately moving O'Neal to the Miami Heat for a package that ended up constituting one of the most laughable and embarrassing trades in NBA history. The Heat sent back Caron Butler, Lamar Odom, and Brian Grant.
What?
But in the next 3 years that would ensue, in his absolute prime, ages 26 to 28, Kobe Bryant finally got an opportunity to unleash the full extent of his offensive powers. And after shooting just under 17 times a game for his first 8 full NBA seasons, while other players like Jordan, LeBron, and Kareem just came in the league shooting 19, 20, 22 times a game from their rookie year and on, Kobe finally got.
Look at this. He only averaged 17 shots per game over the first 8 years of his career. And yet they call Kobe the shot chucker, but not Kareem, not, you know what I'm saying, LeBron. Some people call Jordan the shot chucker and everything like that, but it's just crazy, bro. He averaged 21 points per game on 16 shots.
That kind of freedom. And in those 3 seasons, he averaged 32 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists in what was directly in the heart of the lowest scoring, slowest paced decade in NBA history, as average nightly scoring for those 3 seasons was just 97 per game. Comparing the NBA Kobe was in during this time with the era Wilt was having his.
And that's one of the biggest reasons why I say Kobe is the greatest scorer of all time, because he was putting